So welcome to Sidney, Myer, Haven. You know, all of us who work in the housing and homelessness field, whether you're in housing associations, housing providers, small SAP services, we all kind of look to government for change, for initiatives, for new programs. And you know what? We all have one thing in common when we do that. We're going to age appreciably and get older and greyer while we wait for that to happen. That's not the answer. The answer is for all of us to understand our community, understand the people we work with and understand what they need and see what we can do to deliver that. We had an opportunity to work with some philanthropists, in particular Myer, who wanted to do something in Bendigo, to work with other philanthropic organisations to put some pressure on the state government to give us $4 million after we'd raised a similar amount. And we've built this at so far 19 unit development. We've got 6 under construction over the back. We're going to have another couple of under construction behind the camera that you can't see. This development is a gated community. Gated communities are often for rich people. This is a gated community where people who are homeless, who have told us that they want to change their lives, people who want to change their trajectory, people who don't want their kids to grow up in the same difficulties that they did, people who really want to get on with their lives. But you know what? The system isn't geared for that. The system is geared for short-term crisis, short-term support. So what we've done here is we've created a medium-term transitional supported housing facility. Medium term, around about 2 years.
Providing the medium-term housing is a major breakthrough for all of our residents, because once you're stable, you feel secure, you're in a secure environment, a supported environment, then you can start working on those things that will set you up for the rest of your life.
Case managed, specifically targeted social curriculum targeted at the individual needs of the families and the people who live here. You know, if people need to get pre-employment training, if people need to get literacy skills, well, we'll arrange that.
Some of our young ones have apprenticeships and people are attending training, they're starting to look for work, so there's a lot of different pathways. And the informal part is also we do cooking classes here. We've had a number of joint activities, like we've done yoga on the grass, we've done self-defence classes.
And we run this place 24/7. There's someone on deck all the time here. And you know what? It's not recurrently funded. Now, who does that? Who does that scale of development without recurrent funding? Well, we do. And we do it because we believe in what we're doing. We know that we're seeing very positive change with the people who are here. We're seeing great enthusiasm for people to change their lives.
They're connecting with people in the community, they feel like people care about them, they're learning cooking skills together, and it's bringing our community together as one. And consequently, they play netball together, they go for walks, and everybody here is learning from each other, which is, as a community, what we're aiming to do.
We're not just service providers to government. We need to be able to add some value, and that's what we're doing here at Sidney, Myer, Haven. We're adding value.
Initially, I thought that it was something very different and very innovative, and I did a little bit of research when I was considering applying for the role, and I actually found that there was nothing else like it. So being in the community services field for quite some time, a number of years, I was really attracted by the innovation, because in my observation there just wasn't anything new happening like this.
I haven't actually seen anything like Sidney, Myer, Haven, and that was also one of the main reasons why I was excited to start here, to see how it operates and see how we can make a difference for homelessness people.
It gives them the possibility of change. The minute they come here, they start to make changes in their lives for the better, learning new skills, learning how to relate to other people, getting their mental health in order, getting their finances in order, getting out of debt, addressing some of those generational issues that have filtered into their lives too. So it's been an amazing journey so far.
4 years ago I was in a hole thinking of suicide. Yeah, felt like there was nowhere to get out. I then ended up addicted to ice, still strongly smoking marijuana, moved from place to place, still sort of in a hole, not knowing exactly where I was going to go. Now I've flourished. I just want to give back to the community what I've been given.
I was a bit in a mess. I was a bit in crisis. I just was using drugs and alcohol to get through my life. I have a 4.5-year-old and a newborn, which is only 9.5 weeks old. They're not in my care because of drugs. I'm now clean. I've been clean for a good 3 months now.
I went through a separation with my ex-wife, and so because I'm not from Bendigo, I really didn't have any family or friends to sort of help me out with accommodation or anything like that. At the time too, I had, you know, my health wasn't the greatest, so you know, I sort of needed help with that as well. I've got 2 boys. One turns 3 in a few weeks and the other one turns 2, so there's 12 months and 2 days between them. So they're a handful, but they've stayed here a few times. I've got regular visits now.
Well, I had a baby when I was young. My ex bashed me and worse things than that, and that's why I had to come here.
Every unit in the complex has a buzzer, which means that if somebody needs me during the night, they can just go to their wall, press the buzzer, that calls me, and I can go and answer and see what needs they have and see if I need to go over, if I get them to come over for a chat if there's an emergency during the night.
You know, like the cameras and everything's probably really good. So, like, if you need help or anything, like, it's not hard to call for it.
The staff have supported me by giving me strength that I didn't think I had, but I did have it deep down, but they've always believed in me when I didn't believe in myself.
Sue and Gabby, they're angels, the pair of them, and I've learnt so much from the pair of them. Yeah, I couldn't thank them enough.
They often say how much I've improved in the 6 months since I've been here, and that's got a lot to do with them, like being able to talk to them. And I've had periods in the 6 months I've been here, it's been pretty rough, and but they've really helped me out. I can go to them if I'm having a rough period, and they know what to do. So I have a lot to be thankful for.
My future plan with the children are to see mummy working and have a job in horticulture, because that's what I love, and also have a licence so that I can drive them around and pick them up from sports and take them to school and watch their plays and not miss any more.
And I want to become a drug and alcohol counsellor so that I can assist all those people that are in the same struggle that I was in.
Employment plans. So what are you working towards?
I want to be a nurse.
I've already teed it up with Sue and Gabby. I'm looking at doing a course next year through TAFE. I'm looking at doing sound production. So yeah, so the eventual thing would be I'd like to get into radio or something like that.
I get a lot of satisfaction to see people move forward in their life, to just be able to be that person sometimes that is a resource, is there for support. I'm a social worker by trade. I learned that in Switzerland, but in this job specifically I have lots of people who have potential and can move forward.
It's just a lovely place to be, and we often get inspired by the people's achievements. We keep an achievement log, and all of our clients maintain their own journal, which they bring to Sue when she has her catch-ups. So when they leave Sidney Myer Haven, they can see what they did, what actions they took, what they participated in, and how they got to where they are. And so it's absolutely amazing. If we didn't have the funding, there would be 27 people who would be stuck where they absolutely were. So this little one has maternal health care support. Mum has a lot of support from different programs. She'll come here a couple of times a day just to check in, and that's really important for a very young mum who may not have the support externally that others might have.
There was a note passed around saying, you know, asking if we would like to sign up to indoor netball. And I believe it was Amber and Dennis that started up the idea. There's about 10 or 12 of us that went to the meeting, and we discussed what our names would be, Haven Hellcats. We had our first game last week, which went really well. We lost, but we played a really good game, and I think everyone just had such a good time.
I'm a better parent. I'm happier. The fact that I'm getting further than I was, I guess. And I'm learning how to deal with the baby better.
Well, ultimately with the drug and alcohol counselling, hopefully I'll be qualified, fully qualified by the time the 2 years is up, and I'll be able to support myself without a problem, yeah. And that's the whole idea of it.
I want to be able to get qualified, do the course, and then in the long run hopefully to move out. These are the first few steps, I guess, and the staff's been fantastic. They've helped me along the way. I definitely know that I wouldn't be as well as I am now without having the support of these guys. And as I said, it's not just the support workers, it's the neighbours and everyone. Like it's a little community.
We've got people who are learning things, you know, from cooking to how to clean their homes. We've also got somebody who just got accepted to Deakin University to study psychology. The difference we are making is extraordinary.
If you can make a home, it's somewhere to start. Get a fresh start.